Hi, this is the second part. Fair use, educational purposes. This is on to number 8 now. Trust your own understanding above anyone else's. It might not be perfect, but it's a damn sight better than letting your understanding be controlled by narrative managers and by dopey partisan groupthink, or by literally anyone else in a narrative landscape that is saturated with propaganda and manipulation. You won't get everything right, but betting on your own understanding is the very safest bet on the table. It can be intimidating to stand alone and sort out the true from the false by yourself on an instance by instance basis, but the alternative is giving someone else authority over your understanding of the world. Abdicating your responsibility to come to a clear understanding of what's going on in your world is a shameful, cowardly thing to do. There you go, you see? Take back your own authority. Don't give your authority to somebody else, because if you're doing that, you're abdicating your responsibility. Yeah? To come to a clear understanding, getting a knowing of what's going on in your world. It's a shameful, cowardly thing to do. Be brave enough to insist that you are right, until such time as you yourself come to your understanding that you were wrong. Number 9. Understanding that propaganda is the single most overlooked and underappreciated aspect of our society. Everyone's constantly talking about what's wrong with the world, but hardly any of those discussions are centered around the fact that the public being manipulated into supporting the creation and continuation of those problems by mass media. Propaganda. The fact that powerful people are constantly manipulating the way we think, act and vote. Not that voting means anything, because it's bullshit. Should be at the forefront of everyone's awareness, not relegated to occasional discussions in fringe circles. Respect the fact that the science of modern propaganda has been in research and development for over a century. Think of all the military advancements that have been made in the last century to get an idea of how sophisticated this science must now be. They are far, far ahead of us in terms of research and understanding of the methods of manipulating the human psyche toward ends which benefit the powerful, or the perceived powerful, should I say. If you ever doubt that the narrative managers could be advanced and cunning enough to pull off a given manipulation, you can lay that particular doubt to rest. Don't underestimate them. There's a video here. I'm going to leave a link as soon as I've finished. I'll leave a link. You can go and watch this video if you like. I've not watched it, so I can't say what it is or anything like that. I don't know. Understand that Western mass media propaganda rarely consists of full, outright lies. At most, such outlets will credulously publish the things that are told to them by government agencies, which lie all the time. More often, the deception comes in the form of distortions, half-truths and omissions. Pay more attention to discrepancies in things that are covered versus things that aren't, and to what they are not saying. Put effort into developing a good news sense, a sense for what's newsworthy and what's not. This takes time and practice, but it lets you see which newsworthy stories are going unreported by the mass media and which non-stories are being overblown to shape an establishment-friendly narrative. When you have got that nailed down, you'll notice, why are they acting like this? Why are they acting like this is a news story? And why is nobody reporting this stories all the time? Be patient and compassionate with yourself when it comes to developing your narrative navigating skills. Like literally any skill set, you'll suck at it for a while. If you learn you have been wrong about something, just take in the new information. Just adjust appropriately and keep plugging away. Don't expect to have mastered this thing before you have had time to master it. Like anything else, if you put in the hours, you'll get good at it. Find reliable news reporters who have a good sense for navigating the narrative matrix and keep track of them to orient yourself and stay on top of what's going on. Use individual reporters, not outlets. No outlet is 100% solid, but some reporters are pretty close on some specific subjects. Click this hyperlink for an article on one way to build a customized and reliable newsroom. Click this hyperlink for a list of all my favourite news reporters on Twitter right now. Not me, the individual that wrote this. Like I said, I've not clicked these links, so I don't know what they are. So I can't guarantee what they are, I don't know. It's not about that, it's just about the information that's in on this website. Don't let paranoia be your primary or only tool for navigating the narrative matrix. Some people's only means of understanding the world is to become intensely suspicious of everything and everyone, which is about as useful as a compass which tells you that every direction is north. Spend time in conspiracy and media criticism circles and you'll run into many such people. Rejecting everything as false leaves you with nothing as true. Find positive tools for learning what's true. Hold your worldview loosely enough that you can change it at any time in the light of new information, but not so loosely that it can be slapped out of your head by someone telling you what to think in a confident, authoritative tone. As Carl Sagan once said, it pays to keep an open mind, but not so open your brains fall out. Speaking of confident, authoritative tones, be suspicious of confident, authoritative tones. It's amazing how much traction people can get with a narrative just by posturing as though they know what they are saying is true, whether they are an MSNBC pundit or a popular conspiracy YouTuber. So many people are just plain faking it because it works. You run into this all the time in debates online, on political forums and other stuff, and this subject that we're looking into now about the shape of the earth and everything else. You see it all the time. Not that the shape of the earth, it's not up for debate. Objective reality is not up for debate. You can only debate subjective opinions, concepts, and ideas on politics. People come at you with a supremely confident posture. If you push them to present their knowledge on the subject and the strength of their arguments, there is not actually anything there. They are just accustomed to people assuming they know what they're talking about and leaving their claims unchallenged. We get this a lot as well. And it completely throws them off when someone doesn't buy their feigned confidence shtick. It does. We see it all the time. Be aware that sociopaths exist. There are people who, to varying degrees, do not care what happens to others. And these are the types of people who will use manipulation to get their way whenever it serves them. If you don't care about truth or other people beyond the extent to which you can use them, then there is no disincentive to manipulating. Be aware of projection. We get this a lot as well, projection. And be aware of the fact that it cuts both ways. Unhealthy people tend to project their wickedness onto others, while healthy people tend to project their goodness. Don't let your goodness trick you into thinking there aren't monsters who will deceive and manipulate you. And don't let sociopaths project their own sinister motives onto you by telling you how rotten you are. This mixes a lot of good people up, especially in their personal lives. Not everyone is good, and not everyone is truthful. See this clearly. Be suspicious of those who excessively advocate civility, rules, and politeness. Manipulators thrive on rules and civility because they know how to manipulate them. Someone who's willing to colour outside the lines and get angry at someone, noxious, even when they are acting within the rules, makes a manipulator very uncomfortable. Oftentimes, those telling you to calm down and behave yourself when you are rightfully upset are manipulators. Who have a vested interest in getting you to adhere to the rules set they have learned to operate within. Meditation, mindfulness, self-inquiry and other practices are powerful tools which can help you understand your own inner processes. Yeah, like I've said before, and some of the videos I've been doing, it's trying to show how to figure out and work out how your own mind works and stuff like that, so you can progress. It's helped me a lot, which in turn helps you understand how manipulators can manipulate you and how they manipulate others. Just be sure that you are using them for this purpose, not for escapism, as most spiritual types do. You are trying to become fully aware of what makes you tick, mentally, emotionally, and energetically. You are not trying to become some vapid spiritual bliss bunny. The goal isn't to feel better. The goal is to get better at feeling, better at consciously experiencing your own inner world. I'm going to do the next one from number 22. Okay, thank you. Bye.